Vox is probably my favorite Cosmic Champion in the class right now, and I think that's mainly just because of how different it feels to a lot of other Cosmics. One of the main reasons is the fact that he does most of his damage in red numbers, and that's always really unique and different for a Cosmic Champion, so it feels nice. And also, he's just got a really nice loop to him where you want to get a bunch of different types of buffs, rather by dexing, rather by using a medium attack or your first light attack. There's just a bunch of different ways to gain your buffs. You want to try to find a way to manage all of them throughout the fights, and then throw them into your degens, which is pretty fun. So we're going to do that. We're going to throw our degens on with this SP1 right here, and we place our degens. We want to start playing aggressive if we can, so we're going to go ham on the opponent here, block bait, or just block so he doesn't throw a special attack, and then the degens are just going to finish off this rank 5 Ascended Fantman just like that in one SP1 and one SP2, having to deal with that Footloose Unstoppable earlier. So 55-second Fantman takedown. Is it Hulkling level speeds? No. Does it have to be? Not at all. So next up we have Maestro. This is a rank 2 Maestro, and Vox is really fun for Maestro just because of the fact that when Maestro gets his glancing up, Vox really doesn't care about it because his corrupted buffs have increased ability accuracy to them. The only way that his glancing is really annoying is the fact that it will not trigger the dex buff. You'll get it from actually dexing the opponent, but when you hit them, it won't like start a duration, and it won't actually give you the corrupted buff at the end because it never started. I don't really know exactly how that works, but that is how it works. So yeah, we're going to throw our SP1 to get our degens back, and now I'm going to go rush to another SP1 to place them real quick. Place our next set of degens just like that with 26 of them, and then now I want to play a little bit aggressive, and the more aggressive I am, the more potent the degens get based on Vox's signature ability. So at this point, I'm like, I can back off and he's just going to die. So we killed that rank 2 Maestro without a Mystic in 72 seconds, which is pretty good, honestly. So next up, we're going to be fighting a Shuri, rank 2 Shuri. So Shuri is always a really annoying champion just because her special attacks are annoying to dex. You can't parry her, and if she charges a heavy attack, sometimes she's just not going to let you hit her for 5 seconds. So that's fun, but Vox has a Vigilance on his SP2, allowing you to ignore the effects of miss, obviously. I don't remember if I used that tactic in this fight. This is based off of a stream. I screen recorded this fight from a stream I was taking, but let's see, what am I doing? So I'm doing a bunch of light intercepts at first, and then I'm going to dex her SP1. I've gotten a lot of practice on that. So now I get 5 dex buffs, which is just 5 more degens, which is really awesome. And I think I'm just going to go for the SP1 right here. And at that point, I'm just like, okay, this is plenty of degens to kill her. I just need to play a little bit aggressive, and then she's going to die. Trying to make sure she never throws that heavy attack, because it's just really annoying that I can't hit her for 5 seconds after that. But just look at those degens, dude. You were going to lock them back in place with another SP1, even if we needed to, which we didn't. So we killed him in 43 seconds. So rank 2 Shuri, just like that. Alright, next up I have Red Skull. And this Red Skull is again from the Footloose meta. But a really annoying thing about the Footloose meta is that it has a node that reduces your ability accuracy by 15% for buff on the opponent, and that means that I'm basically never getting a dex buff, and that actually does hinder Vox's damage a good bit. So that's really frustrating. I was like, why am I not getting dex buffs? And then I realized later, oh, that's why. So that really sucks. It does make this fight last a lot longer, and also this Red Skull AI is just really terrible, but Vox is a really good Red Skull counter, because once you throw that SP1, you never have to worry about the auto block again, and that's what's going to happen here. I think I'm going to go for one more 3-hit combo, SP1. We only get 15 degens because, again, we couldn't stack any of our dex buffs, which really sucks. Okay, 16, actually. And we can't really hit his block, but at the same time, it's not going to be, like, an incredibly slow fight, but it's going to be a very safe fight just because we never have to worry about that auto block. So, we're going to build up some power, lock our degens back into buffs, and we're going to get them back with him still at 26%, and then we're going to go rush to place them again, and just like that, they're back on him. And let's see, this is going to be a rank 6 or rank 5 ascended Red Skull down in about 85 seconds, I think. And it could be a lot faster if this meta just didn't screw with his dex buffs like that. And yeah, that's really the main reason. I've done Red Skulls in like 50 seconds before. It just happened that the one I recorded was a little rough for him to take, so. Okay, next up is against an Absorbing Man. And generally, Vox is really bad against Mystics just because when you're stacking so many dex buffs, you have to deal with a lot of Mystic Dispersion. And Mystic Dispersion obviously is not fun to deal with when you're triggering it as often as he is going to be. So, like, watch this. I'm going to have, like, 4 dex buffs. I'm like, oh, 6 dex buffs. That's 6 procs of Mystic Dispersion right there. Luckily, this guy only had, like, 4 out of 5, so I was able to still do a bunch of stuff. So if you're fighting 5 out of 5 MD, this is not going to work, but I found it really fun to do with Vox against this, like, well, still high MD, but it's only rank 4 at least, so we can still do some really fun stuff. And we're going to place our next set of degens right there, and we have 40 of them, and I'm like, at this point I can just kind of chill, and he's going to die. I'm just gonna not even chill at this point because I know I have enough degen damage to finish him off. So 64-second Absman taken out, which is really cool. And next up we have Lady Deathstrike. So this is a pretty good time for Vox. LDS is a little annoying sometimes because she's gonna regen basically all the damage you deal to her through special attacks, but luckily Vox doesn't care about his special damage. He only cares about placing those degens from the special attacks. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna just ramp up our buffs a little bit, and then we get a little bit of dex buffs there too. And we're gonna throw the SP1 right there with only 17 degens, but I'm like, okay, this is enough. It's a rank 5 Lady Deathstrike. She doesn't have like the craziest health pool out there, and she's letting me play pretty aggressive, so yeah, this Lady Deathstrike is very much dead here. And I could have killed an Ascended one even then because of the amount of degen damage I could have locked in with a special attack activation at the end. So last up is Bishop, and he doesn't really do anything specifically to counter Bishop, but he also just kind of works, and that's kind of the thing with degen characters. They just kind of work because there's like 3 or 4 champions who can screw with their damage source, so it works out just fine. And I'm going to bait this guy's SP2, and I think I'm going to block it. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not going to block it. But we're going to lock in our degens with 19 of them, but I somehow either miss an intercept or miss a parry. Oh my gosh, bro. I ate a heavy attack too, so I don't even know what's happening here. I just know that I can kill him pretty soon. I should not have thrown that SP2. That was too early. But luckily, we're going to be able to finish him with a combo right after. So yeah, I actually messed up that fight quite a bit. It could have been faster and cleaner, but 50 seconds against Bishop is not bad at all, so. Anyway, that is my rank 5 Ascended Vox and Battlegrounds video. I have more fights coming soon, I'm sure, for this guy, as he is one of my good favorite characters. So, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.